the Trump Card movie is a movie that is supposed to educate people about how politics really work. Because politicians are supposed to represent the people, and it is by their popularity and the people hoping and investing in them to do things that they want for the government. That's how it's not crazy to just say a Trump card and you're posting something that's completely counterintuitive to how Republicans traditionally work. And you're saying, well, if they have an opportunity to do entitlement programs under Trump, if they did an entitlement program that's based upon the Republican model and let people weigh it and measure it based upon how they feel that it's working, then Republicans could start saving money on entitlement programs by multi-purposing the money. The money is supposed to be multi-purpose. We talked about a stimulus card for restaurants in the movie, in which the restaurants would control what they're willing to sell for the government to pay for it. Because the government's not giving them more money. It's stimulus for restaurants. It's supposed to be multi-purposing to help businesses too. And then there's a whole nother part of it that didn't come up in the movie, but I'm talking about it as an extra thing. Manufacturing. Trump is talking about bringing manufacturing back in the U.S. and you know his tariff idea is not going to work. His tariff idea is going to piss off the poor people and it's going to lose support for Donald Trump. So I'm posing an idea to get made in USA support for businesses, to get businesses money from the government for making USA contracts. And it wouldn't go to their businesses. They would either be manufacturing things for the government or they would get a contract to get their government models in the store. Government models of things that people could use in their everyday daily life, especially when you're poor, things you need to buy in order to stay warm and stay comfortable and have a moderate availability to resources and things that you could have in your house that is supposed to help you. And the perfect example is they need a rechargeable electric heater. You need to make a rechargeable electric heater that homeless people could put in their tent. If you're poor, you have a house, if your heat goes out, you could have these heaters, or you can just set up these charge heaters, charge them somewhere else and set them up that you don't have to use as much, you don't have to spend your money on the heat. If you're really poor, you could have these heaters in the house. Or if you're homeless, you could put this heater in your tent. The heater is not a really strong heater. It doesn't have to be strong. It just has to be able to warm water to about 130 degrees right in front of it. And get a rechargeable one that lasts you through the night. It's a good rechargeable one that recharges like 4 hours, recharges the battery, and then it can last you for like 12 hours of constant heat. They need to make a company that does technology in USA, because say they have the best technology in the world. Okay, there's like 4 or 5 companies that are competing to make the electric heater, and then one gets the contract. The government would pay on the ECU card, and they don't even have to pay the full price. These are guaranteed sales. So say your heater is like $20 wholesale to get them into stores. You sell a bundle of 100 of them for so you would sell $20 each and sell 100 of them. That's $2,000 per package that you send out to stores to stock the stores with the government heaters. And you're selling 100 of them, or you could sell 40 of them for like 800. And then you get them in the stores. The government is not giving them the whole profit margin that they would hope for. They could hope for a better profit margin of just for stocking these, but you're guaranteeing sales that the government will pay for the government will give you a certain amount of it for the homeless people, and just a snug little contract to help the manufacturer get into stores. And if the manufacturers, if you just boost the manufacturer, they could come out, they could need to qualify they need to be an up and coming business underneath a certain amount of corporate earnings in order to qualify. And they can get one that's close to not qualifying and just make the thing, get the best businesses to make your thing, to give them a boost, to make USA manufacturing and commerce competitive. And that's just a symbol to have the ECU. The ECU card, the U is supposed to stand for universal. I just thought universal, S, stimulus. the good ways to have the name for the products. And they would have contracts for because you would get into like departments and department stores having clothing line, like your USA manufacturing, you manufacture clothing in USA, and you can get these contracts to give back to school clothes and coats for homeless people, to have it on their budget, to be able to spend the money. The ECU card is supposed to be manufacturing to store. It's multi-purposing the money all the way around, manufacturing to store, multi-purposing the money to help the manufacturer, to help the store have the contract that people can go there and they're guaranteeing sales, regardless of the discounted thing they're selling them for, because the poor people don't have as many options. So you have to go to a partner store to get your homeless things, and it's saving money for the government. Now, if this was the entitlement program, because okay, say they're only paying 60%, or another way, they're trying to save money on their card all across the line based upon the ECU spending as little as possible and still helping all the programs across the line. It wouldn't just be straight up 60% to the dollar. It would be a varied thing to try to make your budget cost the government as little bit less, while also giving all these bonus stimulus, all these contracts all along to the people that's going to be putting the products in your hand that they pay for. I know. So the ECS, I said this yesterday. I'm saying like the ECS budget is supposed to be a more luxurious budget, but when you have dependents, they can even save money on the budgets for the ECS by only giving you a little bit for dependents and not the full amount as an independent person. Because okay, you can buy your kids clothes or a stuffed animal from the ECU department store, and just spend that money more for yourself when you're out and working around, get your life together, having a little bit more to spend on lunch with your extra thing for the dependents. Or even like the idea is like if you're out, you wouldn't always have your kids with you. So if your kids are with you, you could spend a little bit to get them food for the ECS budget. The ECS, we're trying to, it's a Republican model and saving money as much as possible to create a luxurious feel, but it's all the way along, because you realize you don't have to spend full price for manufacturers and businesses to receive a stimulus, because you're guaranteeing them that this is the one that you're going to pay for if a poor person comes in and they want something. So it's you can save money and that's why it's a Republican model for entitlement programs. You can save money on the entitlement programs while you're putting the clothes, the camping equipment. Like, I thought of a little funny thing. There could be a hardware store that has an ECU department with looks like a little homeless tent set up, and they have their little ECU department, and it looks like a homeless department. You could have a homeless department in a hardware store, and homeless people have the card that the government is paying them to get certain things that they could need for their taking care of themselves. Because the homeless people would have money. You could have a homeless department because the government would have a little bit of money for them to, like, I was thinking the ECU card could be a quarter annually $300 and a monthly $100. And okay, when the government is paying to manufacture things directly, for example, for the food programs, I had an idea for the food programs, and I even have a patent. Or I don't have a patent, but I want to get a patent for vegetable jerky and let the government sell dry meals. Like, okay, they're going to sell these dry meals that they're basically free, but they scan your ECU card. It comes off like less than $1 to scan a meal or a bag of chips. It comes off with less than $1, like 25 cents for a bag of chips. And I was thinking, because the government pays for this food in the manufacturing process and has a charity put them in the stores, and it's like this free food that government put into this thing that costs like pennies, less than $1, and they could have an ECU coupon card that's different from the regular card, that you could just get a coupon card and the coupon card could pay for you to get the free government food. Well, it wouldn't pay for you. You would pay like the less than $1 in cash. You would pay 75 cents for a dry meal or 25 cents for a bag of chips if you could get a coupon card, because things that the government puts in the store for free, we can let that go out as free food to people that just have the coupon card. And that's a way to expand the value of paying for free food in the manufacturing process. And you could have a charity put them in the stores for free. You could have the ECU budget, scan it, it's free with your ECU card. It comes off like pennies on, like less than $1 for a dry meal or 25 cents for an food item. And because the government's paying for the manufacturing to have free food in the economy, they could also have a coupons card where your coupon, you're paying 75 cents for a dry meal. Instead of $7, you're paying 75 cents. And instead of $2, you're paying 25 cents for a bag of chips. Because the Goth Kids dry meals are supposed to be really cool. They're supposed to be like a competitive, like jerky vegetables and jerky meat. And it's supposed to be competitive. And that's just the product that I'm offering. They could get other products too that the government pays to manufacture the product. They have a charity put them in stores for free. You could get them for free with the ECU card. It's going to come off like less than $1 on your balance. But it's basically they don't charge the ECU card. The government doesn't have to pay again for things they pay for in the manufacturing. And they have the coupon cards. We can get the free food for the price of the free food, like 25 cents, 75 cents. 75 cents for a dry meal, and then they're like $7 each to buy them, or like $4 or $5 each for the 2 packs instead of 1 square each. And it's the square jerkies of a meat, a vegetable, and a fruit, and that's the vegetable has nut or I had an idea for vegetable jerky, and I would have the Goth Kid, my company label that would be Goth Kids Kitchen made this product. And you're just using, because I'm benefiting from the advertising. I would benefit immensely from the advertising because I have other ideas for food items that'll come out in the future. And in like 12 years, when the contract expires, we could still make our broccoli and granola and asparagus and pear juice and the fruit ones and have them as just a product that if it was a popular product that we would have it eventually. But we're trying to popularize the brand Goth Kids Kitchen to make bread nuggets and the Japanese food restaurant, homemade Japanese food, quarter Japanese food, and the other ambrosia and etc. Yeah, and okay, what was I gonna say? I'm sure there's a lot more to say. The manufacturing card, the ECU card, they could have department stores where you get your clothing with the ECU card. The ultimate end goal for regular people is to have more things to be taken care of and to not struggle hard enough. But you only get able to get the government contracts. There's supposed to be specific ones that you could divide that are cheaper along the line for the government to pay for. And they're also rewarding contracts for manufacturing in USA. And it's supposed to be multi-purposing money instead of just having a certain amount of money that goes for welfare. You could multi-purpose this money in my plan for an entitlement program that could be done by Donald Trump. And there will always be Democrats pushing to the goal would be to have more. But you're spending less and you're having more for homeless people by controlling the makes and the models and the products they're able to get, because you're able to just eat this free food. The free food is just free food in the economy. They just put free food in the economy that's 25 cents or 75 cents or less than $1 on your card. That your card can pay for $30 to eat for the whole month just for one person or have the meals. It's just to keep track of where you're at, where your spending is at. And then you would have a coupon card. Anyone that can get the coupon card can still pay the free food prices instead of paying full prices, because free food prices can be less than $1 for it to still be free food. Like 25 cents for a bag of chips, that's a free bag of chips. 75 cents for a dry meal that normally costs $7, that's basically free food. I know, in Jesus' name. And henceforth, not and forevermore, the people that love Matt Knob, and the only wise Knob, let me see you click like and follow my channel and subscribe and comment and Tell me something or ask me a question about this video, just let me know that you're here. Amen. Thank you and have a good day.